My family owns a lot of Christmas ornaments, and several of these end up in pretty much the same place every year. Case in point, the Cars ornaments. McQueen, Sally, Luigi, and Guido are always in this part of the tree because this is the area I put them in back in 2018 when I filmed my first ever holiday intro, which is actually the holiday intro I still use to this day. That tree had perfect spacing for the Cars ornaments and perfect space for me to put a little paper inside that said happy holidays and all that. And every year since then, I've been trying to recreate that so that I can remake the Christmas intro, and I've never found a tree as perfect as that one, so I still use that old intro. Oh, and every year we also put Django Fett near the top of the tree so that he could shoot down anybody below him. I feel like Track Damage Cruz Ramirez is a really great variant of Cruz that I never hear anyone talk about. She's honestly a really underrated diecast, and I think she's one of the best detailed Cruz variants we've ever gotten. Based on the end of the Florida 500 race in Cars 3 when Jackson starts slamming Cruz against the wall, this variant not only features a new expression, but also a whole ton of paint scraping on her sides, which has a pretty cool effect to it. Anyway guys, welcome back to yet another review, and to day 10 of 25 Days of Suggestions 2024. Absolutely crazy that we are already 10 days in. That is wild, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at Track Damage Cruz, a suggestion from Killer Lover. Thank you so much for the suggestion, as always. Very excited to take a look at this Cruz today. It's a Cruz I've only ever reviewed once when it came out. This was one of the first new releases for the 2021 Cars diecast line. She came out in late 2020. I actually found her in November of 2020 and reviewed her back then. So it's been quite a while since I've taken a look at this Cruz. I'm very excited to do it again. But before we begin, I want to do a bit of a shameless plug. Earlier today, I released a surprise trailer for a totally surprise Cars Christmas movie called Cars Christmas Chaos. My friend and I, an actual real-life friend of mine that I've known for many, many years, are making it together. I'm filming and voicing a bunch of the characters. He's also there voicing other characters. He's playing Mater. I'm playing McQueen. We're bouncing off of each other very well. I think it's very funny. It's unscripted chaos. We're literally just making it up as we go along. It's something you've never seen before. The comedy is maybe a bit more, I'd say maybe a bit raunchier. Is that the right word? I don't know. It's not like dirty or anything, you know, but it's a little more mature than the comedy of my typical videos. And it's just us going wild, doing crazy, stupid stuff with the Cars characters. I would highly recommend you guys check out the trailer. I've been really enjoying filming it with him, and it should be out a bit before Christmas. Think of it as like Deadpool and Wolverine, but without swearing, and also nowhere near as cool of a team up. Anyway, I'll leave that up in the card if you guys want to check out that trailer. But today, of course, it's my job to open up day 10 on the advent calendar. I gotta say, I really don't like how unbalanced the advent calendars have been recently. You know, we got 4 days in a row of track pieces, and now we have 3 days in a row of accessory pieces, and I wish it were balanced a little better, maybe like 2 days of track pieces, then 2 days of accessories. I know they want to give you a full, complete track all at once, but I would much prefer having a bit more variety in what we get. Today's accessory is easily one of the lamest ones. It's kind of difficult to get out here. Gee, it's almost like this isn't built for people with adult-sized hands. Okay, here we go. Today's accessory is this little dual set of oil cans. Something that I've been really praising the advent calendars for since last year is using mini racer scale accessories now, so it is nice to see that. But I believe this is an exact repack of something that we got last year. Really nothing too special, but something fun that all these accessories have is actually compatibility with the tree. The tree has these little hooks, and all these accessories can hang off of them and kind of act as their ornaments. It looks like tomorrow we'll probably be starting the next row of the tree, so yeah, we're getting a couple accessories to decorate what we have so far. Anyway, moving on to track damage Cruz. You might not even notice that this Cruz has a different facial expression. It is pretty subtly different, but it is different nonetheless. She looks a little bit sadder. Honestly, I think this is one of the most character-accurate Cruz faces we've ever gotten. Cruz's faces have always been pretty accurate. I mean, she's a character that was first introduced in 2017, so she's bound to have some pretty solid facial expressions, you know. Some Cars characters, cough cough, 2006 Sally, cough cough, started off with faces that don't really look like them, but Cruz has always had pretty accurate expressions. This, I think, is one of the best ones. It looks like she does have a slightly different expression than the original, or maybe mine just has, I don't know. I mean, the mouth is colored in, but is it the same mouth, just this one's colored in? No, it does look like it's actually... Yeah, it looks like it is actually a different mouth expression with a bit of a more sad grin, which is a really nice touch. Another really nice touch on this car is all of the kind of dirt, grime, pavement, road detailing on her. Something we don't see on Cars diecasts often, but it was all over Racers and Cars 3. If you look closely, they did a great job with the weathering detail on the characters in that movie, especially when we see like McQueen getting interviewed at the end of a race at the start. You could that's always stood out to me. You could really see the grime on him, and I really, really love the inclusion of that. Another thing I really love about this item is this detail right here. There are several little marks on Cruz's side, and when I first got the Disney Store version of Track Damage Cruz, which did this item a few years before Mattel did, I was honestly kind of confused as to what this was, but then I realized these are marks from Jackson Storm's tires pushing against Cruz, which is just such a great detail to have there. You know, it's all about this side with Track Damage Cruz, all about the side that's all scraped up from the wall, but I love that they made sure to go out of their way to add that detail as well, and I also especially love the additional grime detailing, something the Disney Store didn't do. But yeah, Disney Store did this Cruz several years prior, back in 2018. Same year they did Thomasville Cruz, another Cruz that Mattel hasn't done, although it was canceled, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get it one day. Easily one of the most significant Cars diecasts that are missing from the line. Got the Rusty's logo there, pretty similar to regular Rusty's Cruz. Looks like there's a bit more prominence with the white spray, but I think that's just because this is made in Thailand, and my Rusty's Cruz is made in China. I don't have a Thailand Rusty's Cruz, so I can't really compare them. Got the Lightyear tires there, of course, Lightning McQueen's iconic wheels that Cruz is wearing here. We got the whole zigzag pattern going around the back here. Definitely a bit less vibrant than the China variant, but that tends to happen with some Thailand variants, especially the wheels, man. Thailand's wheels are sometimes so ugly in terms of color. Look at that versus this. I do think they've gotten better at it. Thailand's gotten a lot better since they started with cars back in 2018, but the inside of their wheels still look pretty bad to me sometimes. This side, of course, has all of the track damage that Cruz is named after. All of these scrape marks from Cruz being pushed up against the wall, and I absolutely love how this looks. You can see the paint is completely coming off. You can see the silver undercoat on Cruz underneath. It spreads all the way over to here. We have some more grime detailing, actually even more grime detailing on this side as well, which I didn't even notice. Really, really nice touch there. Having that. Got more of it over here, like I just said. And honestly, I'm not sure which track damage Cruz I like better, in all honesty. The Disney Store has a really cool look for it, but it also just kind of looks like they put a blur filter on it and called it a day. It does look like it's all scraped up, but here it looks like the paint is actually removed. So I'm not really sure which design I prefer. I do like the kind of blurred effect here, but I also like the more paint removed look that this one has, honestly. And finally, there is a look at the base. A really, really cool, and in my opinion, pretty underrated Cruz variant. One that I never really take off my shelf because it's just so scene specific. One that I feel doesn't get much attention on my shelf because all my cars on my shelf face the front, so all you're really seeing is a Rusty's Cruz with a slightly different face. But this is a Cruz variant that I really love. I absolutely love it. That 25 days of suggestions allows me to take a closer look at some cars I haven't thought about in a while. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.